Right, so we're diving into the Total Money Makeover today.
Yeah,
This is Dave Ramsey's, huge book,
absolutely.
all about getting your finances, in order.
Yeah,
And, there's a lot in here, but we want to figure out what are the, most useful ideas that people can really use.
for sure.
So one of the things that Ramsey's really well known for is his, strong opinions.
Absolutely.
And debt's a great example.
Yeah,
I mean, he doesn't just say debt is, bad or, something to avoid.
right.
He calls it the enemy.
Yeah, the enemy.
Why do you think he takes such a hard line on that?
Well, I think it's more than just the numbers for him,
Yeah,
Debt really does carry this psychological weight that I think can hold people back.
totally.
It creates stress, limits your options, and it really can keep you from pursuing your real goals in life.
It's like this constant thing hanging over you.
Exactly.
Yeah, so Ramsey, I think, really wants to break people free from that burden.
Totally.
So, okay, we understand debt is the enemy. Where do we go from there?
Okay.
What's that first step to actually, fighting back?
Ramsey lays out these famous 7 baby steps.
Okay.
And the very first one honestly might surprise some people.
Okay.
It's to build a small emergency fund.
Really? Before even, tackling the debt?
Yeah.
That seems kind of counterintuitive.
Yeah, a lot of people would say just throw everything you have at the debt.
Right, get rid of it as fast as possible.
Exactly. But
Right.
it's really all about creating that safety net.
Okay.
So just imagine this, right? You're diligently paying down your debt and suddenly your car breaks down.
Oh, yeah?
Without an emergency fund,
Yeah.
you're way more likely to reach for that credit card.
Right back into debt.
Exactly. You're right back in that cycle.
Mhm.
So that small fund really acts as a buffer.
Oh, but
It helps you stay on track.
yeah, so it's like building that foundation
Exactly.
before you start building the house.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we got our little mini emergency fund going.
Right.
And then it's time to face the debt monster.
Yes.
So Ramsey's weapon of choice for this is the debt snowball method.
Debt snowball.
What is that?
So it's all about momentum.
Okay.
You list your debts, smallest to largest,
Okay.
regardless of the interest rates.
Okay.
And you just focus all your energy on paying off that smallest one first.
All right.
And once that's gone, you roll that payment amount
Yeah.
into the next smallest debt and so on and so on.
That's got to feel pretty empowering though, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Once you knock out a couple,
Yeah,
it's all right, I'm on a roll.
exactly.
Let's keep going.
It's a huge psychological boost.
Okay, but would it make more sense just to go after the highest interest debt first?
Mathematically, you're absolutely right.
Okay.
But Ramsey really believes that the psychological impact of the snowball method is just so much more powerful.
Okay.
That sense of accomplishment you get from wiping out those first few debts, it just keeps you so motivated, even when you're facing the really big ones later on.
So it's not just about logic. It's about understanding how people actually work.
Absolutely.
All right. So we're making some progress with debt.
Yeah.
But Ramsey doesn't just stop there.
Yep.
He's also a huge advocate for investing 15% of your income for retirement,
That's right.
which feels pretty ambitious,
You can.
especially if you're still, working on getting out of debt.
Yeah, for sure.
So why is that so important to him?
It's all about harnessing the magic of compound interest.
Oh, yeah. Compound interest, everybody talks about it.
Yes,
But I don't know if everybody really understands how powerful it is.
I agree.
Yeah.
So even if you can only invest a small amount right now, it's about consistency over time.
Yeah.
Think of it like that snowball rolling downhill.
Okay.
Start small, but the longer it rolls, the bigger it gets.
Yeah.
And the earlier you start, the more time your money has to grow.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so we're getting out of debt. We're investing for retirement.
Right.
I think a lot of people, though, struggle with the live like no one else part of this.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's easy to say,
Definitely.
but in a world of social media and this constant pressure to keep up,
Right.
how do you actually make that mindset shift?
I think it's really about redefining what living actually means.
Okay.
Maybe it's about saying no to that daily latte
Okay.
and putting that money towards your debt snowball instead.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's about, finding joy in experiences rather than material possessions.
Yeah.
It's about aligning your spending with your values
Totally.
and with your long-term goals.
So less about deprivation and more about just making choices that are actually aligned with what you care about.
Exactly.
Okay.
And, ultimately, Ramsey's ultimate goal is complete debt freedom.
Okay.
This includes your mortgage.
Wow.
Imagine no house payments,
Yeah.
no car payments, no credit card bills.
That's got to feel amazing.
It's a level of financial peace that I think most people just dream of.
Yeah, it's like this huge weight lifted.
Exactly.
You're free to do whatever you want.
Absolutely.
Travel, start a business.
Yeah.
Just enjoy life.
Right.
Without that financial pressure like hanging over you.
Totally.
So that's really, I think, the power of this whole approach.
Yeah.
It's not just about like getting rich.
It's not about the money.
It's about having control over your life.
It's about freedom.
And I think that's what we all really want.
Exactly. And, it's about finding contentment and security in a world that's just so obsessed with consumption.
Yeah. It's easy to get caught up in that.
Absolutely.
So I think, a lot of personal finance really comes down to mindset.
I think so too.
It's about shifting your perspective.
Totally.
And realizing that true wealth is not about like how much you earn.
Exactly.
But how you manage what you have.
Yes.
And ultimately what matters to you.
Absolutely. And, Ramsey's approach is all about taking ownership of your finances. It's about understanding that you really do have the power to change your situation.
Okay.
And create a future where money is no longer a source of stress.
Yeah.
But a source of empowerment.
I like that.
It's a big difference.
Yeah. All right. Well, as we wrap up this deep dive, here's something to think about.
Okay.
What's one small step that you can take, like today, to start moving in that direction?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be anything drastic.
Right.
But every journey
Yeah.
starts with a single step.
You got it.
Thanks for joining us.
Of course.